Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK Journey video. In this video we are on OldGreyGamer's account. We're going to be recruiting Hugin for him, trying to get him to, if we get lucky, we're taking him to Paragon 1. Otherwise we're going to stop at Supreme Plus and we're going to take him to plus 15 exclusive equipment. Now for Hugin, I have been thinking about it a lot. And I feel like the optimal way for him is to really get him as much stats as possible so that the attack buff from his mechanized bond is as high as possible. So, because that's going to be his main use. As of right now, people are seeing him in like diagonal Dunlinger comps, and that's where we're going to be testing him. But in the dual mode, we'll test him because we already did a lot of testing with him in the regular arena. Although we can maybe do a little bit of regular arena as well. But because you're going to want to get value from the mechanized bond, and it is going to be a percentage of Hugin's own attack, if Hugin has a higher attack stat, then he is going to be, we need to buy this. Yeah, then Hugin is going to provide more value to the hero who he's buffing. Now, the problem is, even in the diagonal comp, it isn't really the optimal carry to be buffing because diagonal does reposition himself and he moves outside of the mechanized bond tile. But either way, I think that a large part of the kit of Hugin is that mechanized bond buff, and you're going to want to make use of that. And in order for it to be the maximum value, you're going to want to have him as high stats as possible. And so, for example, like getting him even from plus 10 to plus 15 exclusive equipment, that usually gives to support heroes like a bonus up to 15% attack, maybe even more than that. And that is going to be way more valuable than like one Paragon Ascension, which will only give maybe 2.6% attack bonus. But it would make like the Hugin have more damage reduction and a bit of a damage boost, but his own damage is low. Hugin hardly deals any damage. I guess the damage reduction can be nice, but I don't think he's really like a high priority to get to Paragon upgrade. I think he is more of like he would be fine even at Supreme Plus, but plus 15 exclusive equipment for the high spenders I think will be important. But for the regular people, plus 10 exclusive equipment is good as well. Okay, I don't know how many we've done right now. I think we've done more than to get him to Supreme Plus, or maybe we've done exactly enough to do that. But let's see. If we did exactly enough to do Supreme Plus, I'm going to stop with him here. We have 116 rate up recruitments left. But if I went overboard and if I got like maybe even 2 more hits after that, then I will take him. I try to take him to Paragon. Okay, we got exactly enough for Supreme Plus with 116 rate up recruitment left. I think we didn't get great luck, to be honest, and I'm going to stop here. We'll stop with the Hugin here, and we can decide later on if we want to Paragon Ascend him, because honestly, I do not think he's a big priority for Paragon Ascension, and I think the stats on him are actually more important, because like we said, more value from the mechanized bond buff. But it's really awkward, because it actually makes you realize that almost none of the good hard-hitting damage dealers in the game remain on one tile. They move around, like Talene moves around, Diola moves around to some extent, Lily May moves around, Tassi moves around. The only hero who kind of stays on the buff tile who hits really hard is Odie, but Odie is not like a top tier PvP option, and he is in Supreme Arena, but in that comp, you have him on the buff tile, and then he's not even going to be able to, he's definitely not stationary on the buff tile, right? But what I'm really interested to see is I want to see how much of an attack boost he gets from plus 10 to plus 15 exclusive equipment with the Hugin. Because, yeah, that is the key thing. And when you take a look at his ability, this is going to be, so it's a 20% of his own attack, base attack, and it's going to go up to a 30% with the skill power. And I think if you're talking about Supreme Arena, you're going to want to give him the skill power charms rather than the ultimate power charms. But ultimate power are not bad either, because this is going to increase the attack buff, but this attack buff from skill 1 is not going to be based on Hugin's base attack. It will be based on the target's base attack. Okay, so Hugin. We're going to give him the charms. We have, and he told me we have enough to actually craft Hugin's charms. And we should convert all of these Crimson Essences into the Branko Essences. Yeah, because there's no need to have the Crimson Essence anymore. Like, you can craft those basic mythic charms, but at this point, almost all of the heroes should have their charms. So I guess we will craft. It's really a difficult decision. Like, the thing is, oh, the other thing is that this actually increases the attack of Hugin, the Blast Charm, and that is going to increase, like, like as a byproduct, going to increase the attack buff that he provides from Mechanized Bond because Hugin's base attack will be higher, I believe. So even though the skill power is giving him the bonus percentage, this 21% of his attack is also increasing it, and 20% of 20%. Okay, yeah. I mean, this would increase it more, the Mystic Charm, but both of them, yeah. I mean, Blast Charm seem pretty tempting, and we already have one Blast Charm. I'm gonna go for Blast Charm. Wait. What did I do? Oh, did I convert the wrong way? I converted the wrong way. Yeah, I bought the wrong things. Yeah, we're converting this way. Okay, thankfully we have enough that you can make that mistake, and so I don't pay too much attention to it. Okay, we got this. Blast Charms onto Hugin. I think these are the ones that I want to try the most. Do we have the hat? No, we don't have the hat. Okay, but we have that stuff. Okay, so let's take a look. So with these ones, he's just gaining 1.7% attack. He is gaining healing, which increases effectiveness of shields as well. When your hero has healing stat, that will increase the effectiveness of both his heals as well as his shields. Okay, so we have a 1.6% attack boost up to plus 10. Now we want to see what is happening after plus 10, because that's when you get a higher boost. Yeah, like look at that, 2.6% each level. And when you do that for 5 levels, that's going to take it up to 13% attack boost. And like, when you think about that, okay, so like, let's say he has his skill power from the Mystic Charms, which we don't have right now. But let's just say we had that. Then that is going to be, so 30% of this bonus, maybe 13% of Hugin's attack. 30% of 13% is going to be around about 4%. So basically a 4% attack boost in comparison by boosting them up from plus 10 to plus 15. So this is not a huge deal, but it's kind of like, for people who have plenty of temporal essences, it's good, but I would not really recommend or think that is that essential for you to be doing this, upgrading Hugin to plus 15, because it really is only, but it also increases his own tankiness, and that is also useful, right? Like Hugin's own tankiness, that will allow him to survive better in the battle. And yeah, so for the high spenders, you're going to want to get Hugin as high as possible. Okay, now as for testing, he's not going to do well in Dream Realm. I really don't think he's going to be good for a single of the top 8 endless Dream Realm bosses, because the teams are way too optimized. They have way too many good heroes. Hugin is not really good enough. He will be good for Aurora Squad, we've already seen that, and for AFK stages he will be good as well. But the first thing I want to try is I want to try the Supreme Arena, and I want to try the Diagonal Dunlinger comp. Okay, so we're just going to look for the Dunlinger Diagonal comp that OldGreyGamer has, which is going to be this one. Okay, he's running Talion. We're not going to run Talion here. We're going to go all out. Okay, wait, what's going on here? So we're going to go for Valley Shield spell. We're going to go for Diagonal. We're going to go for Scarlita, because Scarlita does well to get the Hypogean Celestial buff tiles, and she can be on the light buff tile. And now we're going to go for our supports, which are going to be Hugin and Leica, which I think are the two optimal supports for the Diagonal. Hugin and Leica is here. Leica can be off to the side here. So yeah, I think this is a very strong team. Basically, Reinier in front of Diagonal or Hugin in front of Diagonal, both are really great. Okay, and for this team, he's running... Okay, he's just trying some very unique teams, like Wilders, and then here we have the Sonya Harak team. Okay, we can do this, right? Yeah, we can do this. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're going to win on team number 1 because we have frontline spell on offense, which is a huge advantage. It's just going to break through the opponents. Like, the opponent has a good team to try and counter us. They have a pretty tanky team, but they have 2 heroes which are easy to kill. The Ludovic and the Reinier, who we're going to take down. And then Harak is just going to begin snowballing. Okay, but we're watching team number 2 here. We're not so interested in this team number 1. We can turn it on ×2 speed. Anyway, it's already over pretty much. Sonya is so good when she can cast her ultimate, but before casting her ultimate, she's in problem. Okay, now watch this. So watch the damage of Diagonal. Okay, there comes a burst. He killed something who was behind the barricade. And now he's repositioned himself. So that's not good, right? Like, he's not getting the value of the Mechanized Bond because he's moved off of that tile. But he was basically there for long enough to weaken down the opponent that We got a really high power burst with his early his early skill, and so that is going to be it. Okay, we're going to have to test it more in the duel mode, and we're going to try to attack some top rankers in the duel mode if we can find them. Okay, and we lost the final team. Yeah, that final team, I mean, I guess he was just trying something, because that final team, Wilders, is not too great. Okay, let's go back to the Supreme Arena and see if we can find another person to attack. Rank 3 player. Okay, let's try attacking them. We have... Okay, so this team number 1 is pretty good. They're going for their download team on team number 1. Team number 2, we're going for this. I guess we'll try it. And then team number 3. We need to improve team number 3. Team number 3 is not good. Well, we could go for Maulers, actually. Do we have Resonating Spell available? Yeah, we do. This is a good team. We can now go for one final Mauler, who would be Entendre, maybe? Because we need a tank. We need a tank. Okay, I'm going to try... Yeah, I'll try this team, I guess. Yeah, I'll try this team. I don't know. Okay, let's see. So team number 1, his diagonal team. The thing with Hugin is that it's just about the burst at the beginning of the match. And if you're not able to burst through the opponent, and you can't really with the Mauler buff tiles, it's just kind of not enough. Hugin is, even at full energy... Let's watch it here. Okay, Hugin, yeah, see, Hugin takes a lot of damage. He did ramp up the diagonal though, but diagonal got bursted through that. Somehow diagonal got destroyed. Like, even, I guess his charms were triggered way too early. And this is the thing, like, Maulers with frontline spell are gonna destroy the Dunlinger diagonal comp anyway. I wonder if rather than Scarlita, there's a better option. Like could it be that Fresto is somehow better? Like, we could have a Fresto damage reducing the Hugin to protect him. We could do something like this. I want to try it. Let's see whether some team like this can work. Because maybe Scarlita is just not the best option. Okay. So, we get the burst from Daryl. Hugin still dies, even with the damage reduction of Fresto and, like, tanking the front line. This is kind of the issue, too. Hugin just really can't survive that effectively. And then Talene destroys my backline. So Fresto is not better. It could be maybe Talene rather than the Scarlita on that team. And let's see about this. We both trigger the frontline spell, but we're actually fighting in the enemy's territory, I believe. And my Sonya casts her ultimate, which is big. That is really crucial for this team. That gives us the chance of winning here. The problem is Odie is executing my heroes. But I think my Harak wins here. Actually? Yeah, we got it. We barely won. Now it's up to team number 3. The Smoky Odie team. Is it going to be enough? With the Tassi and Lily May? Tassi is really slow in this team, to be honest. But I think we got it. Yeah, Resonating Spell Odie is just really strong. Crazy strong. And especially if you have the Gale Charms. It's insane. And then Tassi goes off right at the end. Okay, so we're managing to win, but not with the team that we wanted to win with. Which is the Hugin team. I don't know. The Hugin, as for Supreme Arena and as for dueling, I just don't know about Hugin. Like, the problem is he is easy to kill, and there's nothing you can do about that. There's nothing, like, even if you put him in the corner somewhere, he can still get killed. And then the other thing is that no hero likes to remain stationary. Most heroes do not like to remain stationary, and so then Hugin's value of his mechanized bond is not there. So that is kind of the issue. That is an issue, right? Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. Okay, so back to now the AFK stages, and let's try some AFK stage testing. So we can go for this comp. We have the light bearers over here. Well, I guess you would need Sinbad for some reason in this team. Maybe because the Granny's really tanky. But let's say we're going to go for Hugin. And now, here's the thing with Hugin. Now, definitely, if you're running him for AFK stages and you're using him to buff up Tassi, it's better for him to have these blast charms that we have on him, because then he can get value from his shielding more. He runs back to his anvil, which is funny. But, how come he's not casting ultimate? Oh no, we're on auto mode. Okay, we need to replay that. So he doesn't get the value from Mechanized Bond, and because Tassi just moves right off of it, and so, but he gets the value from the quality bonus of his charms, and he gets the value from his ultimate casting. So for AFK stages, I think blast charms definitely are going to be the best, and for other reasons, I don't know. It depends on how long the hero can actually remain on the Mechanized Bond buff tile, and also, is it possible for Hugin to buff up the diagonal? Because I don't know. It just seems like Reinier is actually the better option as a buffer for the diagonal. Unfortunately. Because Reinier provides a damage reduction as well with the plus 10 exclusive equipment and the damage bonus dealt to the enemy target on the symmetrical tile, which is really valuable with all the buff tiles we have. But yeah, Hugin, the diagonal ends up leaving the tile, which is the problem. The quality bonus is just going to be the same as the quality bonus of Reinier. And Reinier also provides attack from his position swap on one of his other abilities. I think his hero focus. And Hugin doesn't do that. So, I don't know. I don't know if Hugin necessarily is better than Reinier in the Dunlinger diagonal comp. Because the other final reason is that Reinier actually is a third Celestial Hypogean to run in that comp to fill it out for you. And then you don't need to run, you know, additional, like a Scarlita, for example, who is not really even optimal for that diagonal Dunlinger comp. So I feel like Hugin is just not, it just seems like Hugin is not needed. He's not really an upgrade or improvement for teams. So I don't know. You guys can let me know what you think about Hugin. Maybe some cool uses of him will come out. I do think he is in the top Aurora Squad team as of right now. But again, it's really close to the top team without him. So it's not necessarily like a huge upgrade. But thanks for watching, guys. And thanks to OldGreyGamer for letting us use his account for this recruiting. But I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now. And thank you for watching.